21. Here we go.
Right away, here's Garoppolo to throw it. That's going to be caught. It's Jacoby Myers. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. Well, this defense for the Chargers very strong in that victory a week ago.
Yeah, they gave up 17 points, but that's what you would consider a goal for each and every defense, because if you give up 17 points a game all year long, you're thinking you're going to be a playoff team because you expect your offense to score more than that. That's what you're looking for. Room to improve, of course, but I'd have to say a very solid performance.
A first carry for the all-pro running back, it's Josh Jacobs. And Jacobs is going to have a Raiders first down as he'll get this up past the 35-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
And Brandon, you know that expression? He just does what he does? It sounds trite, doesn't it? But in this case, it's perfectly apt. This is one of the better runners in the NFL. And all he does is just find avenues, find ways to pick up key first downs and big runs.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. To throw is Garoppolo. That's to the rookie from Notre Dame, Michael Mayer. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. A good pickup there, 26 yards. So from Charger territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Working from the gun, Garoppolo. It gets it right back to Mayer. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. Another catch for him there. This one good for 11. First down.
Go ahead, go ahead.
They will run out of the gun with Jacobs. Fights off the defender. And he'll be out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line. A gain of 3, second down.
They did a really nice job there defensively. They strung the play out, didn't give him a cutback lane. On each play, you have guys what I call our BCR players. Guys are responsible for the bootleg, for the cutback, and for the reverse. They played that one perfectly.
And rode him right out of bounds. Yeah, no question. He got to the QB late, CD, and that's going to get a flag every time.
Every single time. Because let's face it, the league is always going to have an emphasis on these calls. They want to take care of these quarterbacks who are in vulnerable positions when they're passing the football.
And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. Josh Jacobs, his 3rd rushing touchdown of the year. And the Raiders get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. On as the Raider kickoff unit now as they will send this one away. And Davis content just to bring this out to the 25-yard line. Herbert and the Chargers now with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Now the 7-year veteran, Austin Eckler. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Back to throw here, Herbert. And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's 3rd down. You look at this Raiders defense. Now, they've been dreadful against the run. No getting around at number 32, dead last in the NFL.
They have tried all season long to fix all the things that they need to in the running game, and they have been successful so far. I'm wondering if this is a time to just sell out. Make sure you have 8 in the box every time and bring a 9.
Try to get it to Williams, but it's intercepted. Jacorian Bennett has it, and they'll set up shop in enemy territory at the 45-yard line. So a first interception thrown for him there, and that really not the best decision either.
Not at all, and that's something he did not do in their victory last week. No interceptions in that game, but this defense, they're able to take advantage of an early mistake. Now let's see if they're going to turn it into points.
Jacobs trying to run on first down, but he's going to be stopped and taken down behind the line of scrimmage.
11.
On play action, it's Garoppolo. That is incomplete.
They decided the opportunity was there and launched a deep ball, but he was unable to get away from the defender. Couldn't create space, couldn't uncover at the end of the route, and that one winds up incomplete.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Now Garoppolo. Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked by Kenneth Murray. And now off to the races, down the right side. Still going. And he brings this one back. It's a pick six and a Charger TD. Well, it turns out it's not their offense who gets them on the board first, CD. It's the defense coming through right there with a pick six.
And I know from experience throughout the week when you go against the offense, you're challenging them all the time. You're letting them know, hey, don't worry about scoring this week. We'll take care of it. We'll get a few pick sixes and score ourselves. You're just kidding? But how about what he just did right there? Laid it out for the rest of the game. We scored. Hey, offense, can you keep up with us?
Extra point up and good by Dicker. And we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. Amir Abdullah going to take it out of the end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. Offense set to get this drive started.
21.
Early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game. But I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice. But at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, somewhere in that neighborhood.
Go ahead.
Second down, Jacobs once more. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Looking to throw, Garoppolo. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Jacobs. And he'll be brought down right around the 37.
And I like the idea here. Get the ball in his hands, even if it's in the passing game. 3 catches a week ago, and he does a nice job here to pick up yardage.
Here we go.
Here's 2nd and 5 now from the 37. Throwing now is Garoppolo. He gets this to Devontae Adams. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. A first catch for the man leading the NFL in receiving yards in this first month. And a first down to boot. Garoppolo. Caught by Mayer. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling.
And Notre Dame seems to be turning into tight end U. And they just seem to churn out those reliable chain-moving pass catchers. And Mayer, one of the best in that line. Las Vegas, fortunate to get him in round 2 and plug him in as a starter.
And if there was a lane there, it closed up quickly as he stopped for no gain. 2nd down. Now Garoppolo throwing on 2nd. And his throw is going to be incomplete. Looking for Michael Mayer on the play. And now it's 3rd down. When you talk about the defense for these Chargers, against the pass, they've had some issues. Ranked number 23 in the NFL right now.
And the easy thought process is that stopping the run is the least of their problems because they're facing the #1 passing team in the NFL. But if they don't stop the run as well, then that just opens up the passing game even more. They've got to do both.
Call that a very strong gain of 24.
I tell you what, it looks like he's shaking off that pick six just fine. It's not just defensive backs that have to have short memories. Quarterbacks utilize that as well. And much more.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. Josh Jacobs with his second touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And the Raiders have taken the lead. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that makes the score 14-7. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20. And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. The Charger drive about to get going. And they come into this one riding that nice long win streak. And remember, next weekend is an open week for them. So if they can get the win here, a lot of momentum into that time off.
It certainly is. And if you're wondering if anybody's saying, boy, this is coming at a bad time, we want to keep playing, the answer can be yes, because when teams are on a hot streak, they want to keep going. But with the veteran...
Oh, his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Raider defense delivers a score. Carlson on for the PAT. It's good, and it is now 21-7. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And Davis content just to bring this out to the 25-yard line. The Charger drive about to get going. Well, partner, fast forward with me for a second. Remember, next week they have the open week, so they're going to get some extended rest. Does that change how they manage the rest of this one?
I think it does a little bit, but not by too much, because you're right. You get the extra rest, you get a chance to heal up and kind of, do a little bit of a reset for this team. But it's also 7 extra days to think back to the last time you were on the field. So now, a little more importance on what they're getting done because they carry it with them for essentially 2 weeks.
Eckler going to get it again on second down. And Eckler is going to pick up the Chargers' first down as he'll get this up past the 35-yard line. This running game so important for them, and they know that. It helped lead them to a victory last week when he was over 100 yards.
Let's face it, it's their identity, and that's what they want to play to. They want to be that team that runs the ball really well each and every week, and right now we're seeing a pretty good pattern of that happening.
Running on first down, Eckler. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. Justin Herbert looking to pass. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off by David Long. And the Raiders are going to get possession of the football as time will run out on this first quarter of play. A pretty wild first quarter. 21-7, our score.
Here we go.
So after the INT, it's Garoppolo. He finds his man complete. That's Jacobs. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. 18 yards that time to push him up, 1st and goal.
So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
Here's Jacobs. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Now from the 9, here's 2nd and goal. Garoppolo now. And he's going to go down. Sacked right around the 17. Dayon Henley brings him down, and that's a play he's going to remember. The first sack of his NFL career. The trend. The last 2 plays have gone backwards. Now it's 3rd and goal. Garoppolo looks to throw. Touchdown! Josh Jacobs on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Raiders have moved out in front by 3 touchdowns. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. On is the Raider kickoff unit now as they will send this one away. And this will be returned from deep in the end zone. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one.
At their own 18-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. And they have the game here followed by the open date on their calendar next weekend. And Charles, this is a crew that you have to think really is relishing the opportunity to be on the couch for a few days.
Yeah, they certainly are, but let's face it, partner. They can't get caught looking ahead to that couch time while they're playing this one. They've got to take care of business first.
They'll run out of the gun with Eckler. He'll take it past the 40 to the 41, 2nd down.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
A Charger first there as Herbert finds Williams.
And I don't think there's any question that this offense is going to need to hit on a few more plays like this. It's been a difficult first half for them, to say the least. And I do believe if they want to get back in this game, they need to start right now. It's kind of like making adjustments. If you try and wait until the half, it's probably too late. They need to get going right here.
Looking for more there on first down, but this throw downfield incomplete. Here's 2nd and 10. Option play, and they'll give to Eckler. And he'll get this down only to about the 46. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
A 2-yard pickup.
Hey, no line. Go.
Out of the gun, Herbert. Ball had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going. Now 4th down, so the Chargers trot out J.K. Scott. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. And a great job here. This is going to turn out to be a beauty. This is marked out at about the 3-yard line.
That punt was near perfection as it checked up inside the 5-yard line. You never know where these things are going to go, do you?
No, what was it? You got a John Heisman quote about that,
yeah,
right?
He said the football is roughly a prolate spheroid, which means it's going to bounce funny, and you never know where it's going to end up.
And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10.
21.
Back near his goal line. Here's Garoppolo. He finds his man, complete. It's Jacobs. And they'll get him down right at around the 11-yard line. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They've become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
On 4th down, A.J. Cole comes on to punt. And the rookie Darius Davis deep for the Chargers. It's a 45-yard punt, just a 1-yard return. And it'll be Charger football here as they take over. The Charger drive about to get going. Defense got the better of them last series, forcing a punt. See if they make a few changes in the game plan here and try to get points out of this drive. 1st and 10. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
Nice chunk of yards on 1st down. It really opens up your options for what you want to do on 2nd. You go right back to him and hope he explodes, or sucker the defense in before throwing over the top.
Eckler going to get it again on 2nd down. And a strong run that time as he's across midfield and down to the 43. That one good for 13 and a Charger first. A play fake, and now Herbert to throw. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. And the Raiders are going to have the short field here as they'll take over right at the 50. He's at it again, Charles. He had the pick 6 last week. Not a pick 6 here, but an interception.
It's another Oski, because that's the word we use when we intercept a pass. Oski tells your team to rally around and block for you. Well, that worked really well last week because he had made it all the way to the end zone. This week he got the Oski, maybe not a touchdown, but boy, he's playing really well.
Jacobs with a carry on 1st down as he'll get about 3 there before he's taken down. From the 47 now, they work with a 2nd and 7. Here's Garoppolo to throw. Short throw, and that's hauled in by Mayer. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds.
He's a rookie, and you don't want to get hung up on the word potential. But when you see him make catches like that, you keep thinking to yourself, he's good now. He's got a chance to be great with plenty of work.
Here's a diving catch right side. Excellent play there on 3rd down. Give him 25 yards.
It's a gain of 25 yards.
Here we go.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. Inside the red zone, it's Garoppolo. And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete.
Here we go.
2nd and 10.
13.
Garoppolo looks to throw once more. And this is going to be intercepted. And the Chargers are going to take over once again with a football at their own 20-yard line. Charles, not only is that an interception, it's one when you were really knocking on the door for a touchdown inside the red zone.
You're actually thinking points no matter what. At worst, you're thinking kicking a field goal and getting 3. We might look back on this in the 2nd half and say, you remember when they didn't get points on that drive? This could cost them.
The throw over the middle taken in. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A give, Eckler running to the right, shoves him away, and he's out of bounds as he gets this down to the 45. 43 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on 1st down, that fits the bill.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. I hate to say it, Charles, but the way that he has played in this 1st half, you just kind of hold your breath every time he drops back to pass.
Yeah, you might be holding your breath, but those guys on the defensive side of the ball, they've got big smiles on their faces. He's handing out picks like the people just leave the candy out at Halloween and you take what you want. They're having a blast out there playing against him today.
They were ahead of schedule after the gain of 7 on first down, but the defense does not budge on second and third. And no move to get Herbert off the field. They're going for this.
Home the trips right.
On fourth down, Herbert. And my goodness, another interception. Jacorian Bennett has it, and the Raiders are going to get the football here at their own 40-yard line.
At their own 40-yard line.
The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. And with good starting field position and 3 timeouts as well in their pocket, no reason not to try and put a late scoring drive together. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. Garoppolo to throw on second down. That one into the hands of Adams downfield. And he will score. Touchdown, Las Vegas. Jimmy Garoppolo with his second touchdown pass of this first half. And the Raiders continue to pull away here in this first half. A PAT would extend their lead, but there is a flag on the play. So they'll go ahead and accept the penalty. After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he's probably realizing he should have stayed in the end zone as he can only muster a return to the 14-yard line. They're coming out with a jumbo package to start the drive. And they'll indeed start on the ground to run that clock. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. Divine Diablo there to make the stop.
A 3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7.
First half in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Chargers 7.
And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. The Chargers going to get the football first here in this second half, and they trail as we get back underway. And this will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20.
At their own 20-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. A CD, they certainly know the hole that they face as they begin the second half. They have to do what precious few teams have done in NFL history. And that's try to come back from a 4-possession deficit.
And, partner, you know, as that team gathers, they're saying to each other, you never say never, right? Because if you're on an NFL roster, that's how you have to think. You can always come back and win a ball game. And let's face it, we saw a certain Super Bowl, a 25-point lead late, that wasn't enough to put someone away. But that being said, this task is near impossible. Let's face it. And bottom line is, it officially becomes impossible if this possession is an empty one.
And now here is another interception. Jacorian Bennett has it. And the Raiders are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. And Garoppolo going to lead the Raiders up here 1st and 10 at the 20. Now a dump off here complete. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. I think you would agree. Just a good decision right there. Goes for the safe play. Gets some yardage out of it.
And showed some toughness as well. As you noted, he stayed right in there. Saw the rush was coming. Hung in there. Took the hit. Dumped it out to the outside. And now they pick up some yardage. And you have a back that's grateful to you.
And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And they will finally drag him down at the Chargers' 38-yard line. 78 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
And having built that kind of a lead, they're able to do whatever they want right now. All momentum on their side, especially now running the football.
Yeah, you talk about a defense being on their toes. They don't know what's going to hit them next at this point.
No, they went from toes to heels, and they're trying to figure out how to get back to the toes part.
They'll let this go for the end zone. And this ball incomplete. Looked very much to be a catchable ball and could not hang on. Second down coming up.
That's some good closing speed there defensively because that looked open for a minute. But that's great work with the ball in the air. Never gave up, converged on his man, and broke the play up.
Caught on the right side by Adams. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. Fifth catch of the afternoon, and that gives him a first down. And he's over 100 yards now after that last catch. Already, of course, leading the NFL in receiving yardage.
So he's done nothing at all to hurt his cause to stay in that spot. But I've been so impressed with how he's gotten it done. Body control, route running. How about the way he competes for the football at the end of the play?
Throwing on first is Garoppolo. And this one is incomplete.
So it looks like they still have some fight in them on this series because it seemed like things were headed for the red zone. But if this defense gets 2 more stops, they can keep them out of that area.
Back to the air on second. It's Garoppolo. And it's going to be caught for a Raider touchdown. 3 touchdown passes now for Jimmy Garoppolo. And the Raiders have taken a 5-touchdown lead. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And they're going to mark that where it went out of bounds, so really good starting field position up past the 40-yard line. Chargers in good field position to start out. 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. On the give, this is Eckler. And he'll be taken down at about the 45.
Brandon, we just saw the benefits of being able to run the ball successfully. They pick up 4 yards on that carry. So now if you're a play caller, you can do just about anything you want, but on the defensive side of the ball, you're scrambling a little bit. Now you're behind trying to figure out, do I need to blitz him? Do I need to pressure him? How do I gain an advantage on this snap?
And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
There's a nice pickup right there, and after watching that play, I'm thinking about all the lost opportunities that they've had so far in this game. But right now, just focus on continuing to move the ball the way they did on the last play.
There he goes left side. And all the way in for a Charger touchdown. Austin Eckler, his second touchdown on the season. And the Chargers are able to eat in just a bit to this sizable deficit.
Well, I guess when you look back on it, it was just a matter of time until he popped a big one like that. And, you know, at halftime, you and I discussed it. They had done a nice job on him in the first half. But there were a couple of occasions where it felt like he might wiggle out of traffic and take it to the house. Finally here in the second half, that got
done. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Here's Abdullah from his end zone. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18.
First and 10 at their own 18-yard line.
Here we go, here we go, here we go.
The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive. Still well in control of this ball game despite giving up that touchdown a moment ago. He stiff arms him and just shedding him off there. And he'll be out right at the 35. 95 yards rushing for him now with a couple of touchdown runs to boot.
He's turning in a pretty impressive performance running the football, and a big reason why they have this nice lead.
And in days gone by, we would clip this out and put it up on the refrigerator, wouldn't we? Clip out the box score. Nowadays, not too many newspapers out there. Maybe you screenshot it online.
Here we go.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
13.
Looking to throw. Garoppolo. That's complete into the hands of Myers. And that's good for a gain of 6, and it's 2nd down.
It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 41-yard line.
Here we go. 12.
To throw, it's Garoppolo. And it's complete to Adams. And he's brought to the ground with another 1st down at the Chargers 39. A good pickup there of 20 yards.
First down, Las Vegas.
Here we go.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. Counter play with Jacobs. He'll get this down to the 38. And the offense moving quickly to the line.
11.
A gain of 2. Brings up 2nd and 8.
On 2nd down, here's Garoppolo. He'll get this underneath to Jacobs. And he's brought to the ground with another 1st down at the Chargers' 27-yard line. It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs.
Well, I certainly don't want to pile on, but this defense has just not been up to the challenge in this game, and this continues as we see here.
21.
Coverage, not been very good. Soft in spots. There's an easy throw and catch for another 1st down.
Now a throw here to his running back. Touchdown, Raiders! Touchdown pass number 4 of the afternoon for Jimmy Garoppolo. And the Raiders have got it on cruise control. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter.
Chargers 14.
On as the Raider kickoff unit now as they will send this one away. This taken in at the goal line. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25.
The Chargers take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. Well, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable now. A win. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Robert Spillane. And he'll wind up losing 5 yards or so on the return, but no matter, they've got the football back. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Here's Jacobs from the gun. And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup. And now they're in the hurry-up.
A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6.
White.
At the 32-yard
11.
Looking to throw, Garoppolo. And he's going to be intercepted for the now he's hit on the return. It's a loose football. I'll call it luck or skill, whatever the case is. They're feeling good about just keeping the football there.
Yeah, the biggest thing that they're calling it now, our ball. I mean, they don't care if it was luck or skill. Boy, the panic that jumps up in your chest when that ball's on the ground, whether you get it or your teammate gets it, just as long as you maintain possession, that's all you're looking for.
Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. Takes this to the 32, maybe the 31. Defensively, they rally quickly after the broken tackle.
12, fellas, here we go.
On play action, it's Garoppolo. They swing that out wide to Jacobs. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35.
21.
Garoppolo changing the play.
White.
On third down, he'll drop to throw. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. And this is caught. Touchdown, Raiders. Davante Adams with career touchdown number 91. He joins a group that includes Tony Dorsett and Isaac Bruce, among others. And the Raiders get another third-quarter touchdown to add on to that lead.
Chargers 14.
On is the Raider kickoff unit now as they will send this one away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Charger drive about to get going.
Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them, the turnovers. They've had issues keeping the football in their possession.
And every game that's ever been played, all coaches talk about taking care of the football and limiting turnovers. And in this one, after we saw that first turnover, we worried that things would snowball, and it certainly did, especially on the scoreboard.
Herbert will give this one to Eckler. And he maneuvers up the middle for 3, and it's second down.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
And now a hook up downfield on second down. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A very nice pickup of 33 yards. Before they can snap it, time runs out on this third quarter of play. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10.
The handoff, it's Eckler. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line.
102 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
Man, these guys may not win this ball game, but you certainly can't fault the effort of this man here today. He's been a real thorn in their sides all afternoon. And that last carry puts him over the 100-yard mark.
Once more, here's Eckler. And hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose. And the Raiders pick it up. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
And now before the ball changes hands, they're going to take a look at this just to make sure that they have it right. So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble.
After the turnover, here's Herbert. That is caught. And inside the 5 here before he's out of bounds, right at the 3. Now it's Herbert.
Another throw there off the mark, and obviously he's battled all of the interceptions. Things just haven't been true to form for him. I don't know what he thinks going on out there, CD.
That's a great question, and my suspicion is he's been coached really well to not show that he's...
And this is caught. He's got it. Touchdown, L.A. Donald Parham, his first touchdown on the year.
And the Chargers get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this fourth quarter deficit. Well, CD, they just haven't had a whole lot to cheer about or really grasp onto in this game. They've been dominated, but at least they get a late touchdown here, something positive to put on film for tomorrow's session.
Yeah, they're still trying to execute, trying to get some positives on their board and ledger sheet and keep this from being a total loss. Give them credit. They're going down fighting.
The kick unit on here for the Chargers as they will send this one away.
Here's Abdullah from his end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
At their own 19-yard line.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started.
You just kind of feel for the defense right now. This deficit, they have not been able to stop them the entire game, Charles. And Some hands on hips, some long faces out there on the defensive side. They're like, oh, my gosh, we got to face these guys again here.
Yeah, people don't understand how hard it is when you're on the side that's being dominated to keep your head up and continue to play hard. And that's what they're going through right now, trying to find that pride inside of them to allow them to continue to fight, even though they are down huge in this game. Partner, in the sportsmanship handbook, there's something to be said for calling the dogs off in a blowout. But these defenders, they also know this is the NFL, and it's their job to stop them, whether they're in the game or they're down by a handful of touchdowns.
And he's going to lose yardage here back to the 12-yard line. Not at all what they envisioned on third down. 3 yards in the wrong direction. Here's A.J. Cole now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Davis now to return it. Good blocking there. Nearly sprung him. As it is, it'll go as a 19-yard return. And the Chargers will be set up pretty well as they take over in great field position. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. From the shotgun, here's Herbert. And now here's another interception.
And the Raiders are going to get it back here just past the 35.
Here we go.
The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. And after the interception, they are sitting in an even better spot with the ball and a comfortable fourth quarter lead. The drive starting with a 1st down, 11 yards on that pickup. And they're going to hurry back to the line now. Garoppolo going to change the look here.
They'll look to throw now on 1st down.
Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete. Up big here in the fourth quarter, up really big. That pass and incompletion, I don't think they needed the completion, but, Charles, this is an offense right now that they're just having fun. They're clicking on all cylinders.
Yeah, you're right. They didn't need a completion. They certainly don't need any more points, but they're not going to turn them down. They're going to continue to run what they have in their playbook, and they still want to run it efficiently.
And he's going to get across midfield and into Charger territory. Garoppolo.
He lets it go deep from Mayer.
And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
Partner, you and I have struggled with this for years. You've got the lead. Just take care of the football and burn some of that clock. But there's something to be said for not taking your foot off the gas as well, because you can never have too big of a cushion. That one, though, falls incomplete.
And that one's not going to get there. Not enough juice. An ambitious effort, but it's well short. But that's just a minor blip here in what's been a thoroughly dominating performance. Well, they can probably live with that with this late lead in the fourth quarter. That's one of the few things that's gone wrong.
You're exactly right. This one was well in hand. That kick there was more for cosmetics, you know, to add to their score. Not getting it, that shouldn't harm them at all.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. That's complete to Austin Eckler, the running back. Fights off the tackle at the 20. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. They're going to hurry back to the line now. Out of the gun, Eckler running it. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down.
Good yardage there on 1st down. Exactly what you want. Get yourself set up to keep making 1st downs, keep the clock running. And if they're smart, you're starting to milk the clock. No hurry before you run your 2nd down play.
Touchdown, Chargers.
Mike Williams from 8 yards out. And the Chargers are able to at least get one score back.
And that touchdown there, it's not going to get them a win. It makes things a little more respectable.
Yeah, a little more palatable going out in this ball game. A little something to build on going into the next game, but it won't alter the final score.
Extra point up and good by Dicker.
And that'll cut the lead down a bit to 28. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
Here's Abdullah from his end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
At their own 19-yard line.
Here we go, here we go, here we go.
The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive. But not that any of the points would be needed, but CD, they've got enough time left here. They can definitely score on this drive, maybe even an ensuing drive as well, if they really want to drive home this landslide victory.
Yeah, we're certainly about to see just how aggressive they want to be here down the stretch. And what some coaches do is they try and meet it halfway, meaning they want to continue to run their offense, but they'll put in a lot of backups to do it and then tell the opposing coach, hey, I had to get them some work too. I can't just let them sit over on the sidelines all the time.
Here we go.
This offense so far on third down, they're at 50%, 4 for 8. This is 3rd and 14. On play action, now Garoppolo. And the throw there going to be incomplete. Well, their passing attack, even though that one was incomplete, has been really sharp in this one. It's resulted in a lot of touchdowns, and it looks like they're not going to stop throwing the football until the very end of this one.
Well, that will certainly make everyone involved on offense pretty happy because that gives them all a chance to pad their stats a bit. But as far as the actual need, you and I both know they can just run this clock out because this one, it was over a long time ago.
And they'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. 34 yards on the return. But for a moment, looked like he had a shot to go all the way. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Herbert. He gets it to Johnston. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. And quickly they get to the line. Eckler. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Now Herbert going to shift his guys around toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense are just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them.
And it'll be intercepted. Picked up by Divine Diablo. And the Raiders are going to take possession here at their own 3-yard line.
Here we go.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And it's starting to look like that 3-game losing streak is going to be a thing of the past here. Coming up 1st and 10 in the 4th quarter. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
11.
2nd down, Jacobs once more. And this is going to double their room to maneuver, able to get it from the 5 to the 10-yard line.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Able to find the open man. That's complete. It's a big play there for Vegas. 49 yards.
Here we go.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Running straight ahead is Jacobs. And dropped at the 35, but able to display some strength on the run. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. And they will take a knee here.
And they take a knee. So now they're going to send out the field goal unit to, as they say, fire away from long distance. This from 54 yards away. And this is good. It was running out of gas there at the end, but he winds up getting just enough on it. And that will extend their lead even further.
Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
Now this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going.
And just looking ahead, it would appear that that bye week is coming at the right time. They'll have 2 weeks to chew on this one, though probably not one that they want to chew on. A poor performance from start to finish.
And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll leave them with a second and just a few inches left.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
And Eckler's going to pick up a Chargers first down as the tackle made right at the 30-yard line. And as this defense walks off the field, they can do so with their heads held high. What a performance. Well, by the offense, too. I mean, really, Charles, just complete domination on both sides of the football here in this one.
Certainly was, and I think both sides compete against each other all the time. You go at each other in practice, obviously your training camps, your off-season. But on game day, you both want to show your best. And I think that's what we saw from both the offense and the defense, a complete team victory.
So for Las Vegas, it took a few weeks, but they finally get their first one of the season here in Week 4. That'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our hardworking crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, find us on Twitter at EA Madden NFL. With that, we say so long from Southern California.